Andrew Albers. Andrew, pitching very nice. How close have you gotten to a no-hitter in your career? Is that the closest ever?
In pro ball, yeah, that was probably the closest. My freshman year in college, my very first start, I went 7 2/3 and gave one up. So, other than that, yesterday was probably the closest. Unfortunately, didn't quite end the way you would like, but it was a lot of fun all stuff.
You take a 7-inning no-hitter?
Oh, sure. I mean, you take them anytime. 7 innings, no hits. It doesn't matter if it's you finish it or not. That's a great day, and that's what you're more worried about. I would much rather have the win, though. So I'd certainly trade a no hitter for a few wins anytime. But that's just how it goes.
Kind of say it's kind of just a baseball question in general. How much do you value a win compared to your ERA? To that, I mean, because you see guys in the major leagues and the minor leagues throughout baseball, they'll have a 0.069 ERA, 0.69 ERA, they'll be 0-1. Or then you see a guy with an ERA north of 5, 2-0. I mean, how much do you value the wins and losses? People are saying kill the win. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think there's merit to both arguments, and I think the wins are still something important because the game changes as you get a big lead and you pitch more so to how the game's going. But at the same time, your job is to go out there and give your team a chance to win. Sometimes it doesn't always happen, even though you do your job. And that's just part of baseball. I think the win still has merit. I think there are some guys who know how to win. You see that in the way they go out and the way they pitch. They spot a big lead, they pitch a little different, and maybe give up a few more runs. Or at the same time, if it's tight, again, they pitch the game a little bit differently and don't give up as many. So I think there's still some merit in that. And at the same time, sometimes your team gets shut out, and you're not going to win those games very often. So, that's part of it. And again, those aren't things you really worry about. You're going just going out there and doing your job, and your job's to give your team a chance. And as long as you do that and you give your team a chance to win, that's about all anyone can ask of you.
Pretty good answer. You played in the KBO last year. You played in Canada, growing up in Canada, you played for the national team. How does the minor leagues compare to all those leagues that you played? You played in major leagues. Is it really a grind, what they say?
Minor league baseball definitely is. I mean, it's neat coming back here this year after being in the career last year and enjoying the game. You realize how many things you take for granted when you're coming up. But it's a long season. You play 142 games, and I think with the exception of the All-Star break, you get about 5 or 6 days off. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, even if it's going out and playing a game, that gets to be a grind, and you're doing it every day. But at the same time, it helps a lot. We have a great group of guys in the clubhouse, so that makes it a lot more fun, and makes a lot more fun coming to the ballpark every day. So right now, I'm really enjoying it, and come August, we'll see if I still have the same attitude, but right now, I'm having a lot of fun.
Long season. Speaking of the clubhouse morale, it's good. Who's the funniest guy in the clubhouse?
A lot of these guys I don't really know yet. I haven't got to know them that well to give you a flat-out winner. We've got a lot of characters, I'll say that much, and we've got a lot of good guys that have been around and know what it's about. So again, it's a fun group. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not going to single one guy out as the funniest though, just in case I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. New guy, all that good stuff. So.
Did you grow up as a Blue Jays fan? Is it kind of like coming home? I mean, is it kind of like coming full circle? Playing for the Blue Jays, or how does that?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a dream come true. Obviously, you don't dream of being in Buffalo. You get that opportunity to play up in the big leagues, but certainly just getting the opportunity to be part of the organization is pretty special to me. I grew up a big Blue Jays fan, especially in the early 90s when they won the World Series. That's a lot of fun to watch. All of Canada's kind of getting that coverage and getting behind them. So it's one of those things where to be a part of the organization, I'm thrilled to be here. Really excited about it, and really looking forward to continuing to compete for it.
Growing up in Canada, who's the one player you idolize? Is it Joe Carter? Who is it?
From a Canadian standpoint, you had a guy like Larry Walker. I mean, even though he's a hitter, as I grew up a little bit, I got to know some guys a little better. A guy like Paul Quantrill, pitched for the Blue Jays for a little while as well, did a great job there. I was a big fan of Jimmy Key. Obviously, I thought I was going to be Randy Johnson. I thought I was going to be about 6'11" until '99. So I was a big fan of his as well. Yeah. I don't think that's quite going to happen, but. As you grow up and you learn about your game a little bit more, you learn to idolize guys. A guy like Tom Glavine was a good guy from the team in Moyer. Guys that could really pitch. You get to watch them and how they went about their business and the success that they were able to have with their ability and not necessarily having overpowering stuff, but still figuring out a way to be extremely successful. Those are guys that I kind of idolized growing up and hoping to emulate them a little bit. But,
I kind of already touched on this. Take me through, the average day in the KBO. What's that like?
It's a little different. I mean, there you're very isolated. The KBO, depending on if you're at home or on the road. On the road, there's some some of the facilities don't necessarily have visitor locker rooms. You get changed in the hotel, you get to the ballpark, you're on the field stretching right away. You know, so you're kind of scrapping just to figure out, you know, a routine and things like that. All the places are different. Again, you don't spend as much time in the ballpark, or at least I did, just because, you know, you get there and you sit in your locker room and you basically stare at your jersey for an hour. So, you know, it was one of those things where I spent a little bit more time away from the ball field. Just because you don't have that interaction with players as much. It was difficult. That language barrier is definitely there. You knew it was going to be there going in. You ended up being able to cut them out. But at the same time, you know, your game preparation is still the same. You still have to get ready to pitch every fifth day. And well, there I guess it's usually once a week. But anyways, you still got to get ready to pitch, and that's your job. And you know they're paying you to do it. So that's the approach you got to have.
You know, Kawasaki being Japanese, you almost kind of credit him for coming over. Is it more difficult to learn the language, to, you know, be a part of it, join the culture, the nightlife, everything's different. How was that translating? Was it a hard process?
Yeah, no question. I mean, I give Kyle a ton of credit. The way he's come over here and he's fit into part of this team, it's incredible. Everybody loves him, and rightfully so. I mean, the guy comes in with so much energy and always positive. And you know, the one thing he gave me even a deeper appreciation for also is the Latin guys that come over here when they're 17, 18 years old, and they come to a brand new culture. And guys that have that success, I mean, after having gone over there and seeing how difficult it can be, I give those kids a lot of credit too, because it's not easy, and I know a lot of times they get a bad rap, but I'll tell you what, when you're 17, 18 years old and you're coming to a new country, people don't realize how big of an adjustment it is, and I never did until last year. And, you know, I was 28 going over there, and I struggled, and I couldn't imagine having tried to do it at 18, 19.
These are people that should be in college, like here, and they are growing into public. So I'm one of them. I know where you're coming from. That's totally accurate. Kind of go into some more fun questions here. Off season, you watch Netflix. What's your go-to show? Are you a Netflix guy, television guy?
Yeah, I watch a little Netflix. I'm a big fan of the league. You know, League's a good one. Got into that this last season and last off season. Got to watch a lot of Netflix in Korea. You know, not much English TV going on there. So a lot of Netflix over there. Caught up on a few shows. You know, a little bit of a gamer. A little bit embarrassed to say that, but still, I mean, I'm almost 30. So
what's the go-to game?
I'm a big sports guy. You know, whether it's hockey or baseball or basketball, whatever. Not in the first-person shooters and all that stuff as much, but you know, at the same time, I'll mess around with it every once in a while as well. Reading, don't do it probably as often as I should, but you know, a good book every now and then is a good thing. And yeah, just whatever you can do. Love playing cards. That's why the clubhouse is nice here. We got a bunch of card players, so you know that's a good time and a way to kind of bond as a group and all that good stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
Last one for you. Go-to song. What's the song that gets you pumped up for your start?
Oh, you know what? I'm not a music guy. I don't listen to music before my starts. Actually, I try to get locked in. So as far as having one to get me going for a start, I don't really have one, to be honest with you. You know, I'm a little bit of a. I listen to a little bit of everything, but not a lot of anything.
More laid back type of guy.
So you know, I couldn't give you a go-to. You know, I guess my favorite song, "Don't Want to Lose Your Love" by the Outfield. That one's probably gonna surprise you, but love that intro, and you know, anytime I hear that one, I'm gonna give it.
Can't go wrong with the Outfield. Andrew Albers joined me on Baseball Central. Thank you very much.
You bet. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.